Good morning. This morning we are with Professor Andrea Sándor, who teaches yoga at McDaniel College's campus in Budapest. And hello, Andrea. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. We're very excited to announce that as of next Tuesday, each Tuesday, there'll be a virtual yoga session for anybody, for students, for faculty, for family, for friends. And we're very grateful for Andrea for offering this. And with that in mind, Andrea, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yoga.
Okay.
Okay. My first question is this, and this is especially coming from me. I know very little about yoga. So for you, what is yoga?
For me, it's a way of life. That's how I try to live my life. It's the union between the body and mind and the spirit. And for me, it's about love and just put it all together and, just be as good as I can be. I started yoga with the physical part, so this is not the physical part, but I started yoga with the physical part when I was 23. I was looking for, and I never really liked running or walking. So I walked into this yoga studio, and I started practicing yoga just for the sake of my body. And I stayed. And I have to tell you, I was not flexible at all. I was not strong. But as I practiced, I became very strong, very flexible. And then throughout the years, it's been more than 20 years, a lot of things changed for me. So I started doing meditation, changed my eating habits, and I become more open and more acceptable for everybody and everything else in the world. So that's yoga for me.
That is fascinating, and I see what you're talking about, a fusion of a world practice and your own personal history. Well, that's for you, and I wonder then if you might speak to others, especially those who've never tried yoga. Why would you recommend taking up yoga now in our period of a COVID-19 quarantine and so on?
I think you need some sort of exercise for your body and for your mind as well, because you're inside. If you have to stay inside and you can't really go outside, yoga just helps you relieve stress. It's increased concentration. You can start controlling your mind, and if you can start controlling your mind, you feel much better. And it also builds you strength and flexibility. So it's just very good for your body and your soul.
Well, especially for those who've never done this before, are there any risks? Are there any things that they should be wary of?
You have to be conscious of your body, of course, but very gentle kind of exercise. So you can't really hurt your body, but you should not feel any pain. If you feel in pain or something is not comfortable to do, then you have to stop. So you have to go in your space and to do what you can do. It's not a race. You just have to listen to your body. There's some if you have high blood pressure or back pain, I usually, when I'm in the class, I try to tell what to do and what not to do. So if you're taking the class with me, then you can actually write me and ask me if you have any conditions, and I can help you with that.
I see. And I should note then that, you'll be giving this session Tuesdays at 11 o'clock on Zoom. For those McDaniel students who are listening in, it'll be in virtual classroom 1. And there is a chat function on Zoom that allows you to pose questions. So students ought to bear that in mind if they have anything they want to ask you, Well, let's say I'm going to join one of these sessions. How should I prepare? How should I dress? How should I eat beforehand?
You shouldn't eat before 2 hours prior to class. But if you're hungry, then have a half of banana or something, because if you're hungry, then you take away your mind from the practice. So don't be hungry, but have almost empty stomach, and wear very comfortable clothes. And you don't really need anything else but a yoga mat if you have a yoga mat. But if you don't have a yoga mat, the hardwood floor is fine, or just put something on to be more comfortable. Your hands shouldn't be slippery, so you have to have something that doesn't slip.
Excellent, excellent. So in fact, it's quite simple, and anybody could do this.
At any age, you can start at any age. So if you haven't done any exercise, it's a perfect way to get your body going. I would really suggest to start.
Oh. It's a BBC moment.
Yeah.
Well, I can say this, that I know from both faculty and students who I've spoken to in the last week that you're going to have, besides your students there, your children and students, you'll have some participants in the session come next Tuesday as well.
Yeah, and you know, kids can go and coming and going, but yoga is about acceptance of the world and the situation. So I'm very happy if you join the class. So I'm here, and if you can just join me.
Okay, okay. Andrea, thank you very, very much for your time, and all the best.
Thank you.